Okay everyone, here we go. It's time to track down the GFL one more time. I want you to pay attention. This is 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And what we're going to do again is point out the gigantic anomaly on top of our planet. As you can see this time around, it's a gigantic pentagon. But I have a theory on why it's a pentagon. I'll grab the ruler and just make this official. Select path, and we're going to draw the line. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gigantic pentagon on Google Earth, as if there's a big shape there, and once again all the clouds are passing underneath it, but some of them are winding up the sides. Oh, hold on. I think it's this back up here. And if there's lines on top of it, you'll see that some of the clouds are accumulating on the top, and then because of the atmosphere, they're whispering around the sides once again, and then they disappear off to the sides. Alright, let's spin the globe around. Doing it again. Here we go. Gigantic shape on the bottom of your world, going like this. This time I'm not sure if maybe it's a hexagon, pentagon, what have you. Regardless, same thing's happening before. There's a gigantic shape there and there's clouds wisping underneath it. Some of the clouds are getting pulled up on top and riding over the brims. Let's go to Hawaii. Type it in Hawaii, clear it all. There's a big old square right here. Okay, see that? Now let's go to YouTube. Not YouTube, hold on. Let's go to Google and let's find out what the weather is in Hawaii. Hawaii weather. Okay, it says it's mostly cloudy right here, but Google's caught on. And they're posting big old sunshine all in these areas, but they're telling us it's mostly cloudy. And we go back to Google Earth Pro, there ain't no clouds there. There is not a thing. Not a thing. And it's been like that for about 2-3 days now. So if you've been paying attention, watching these big old squares move around, here's another one. There's one over here. Same thing's going on. And I have a theory. This is my theory. I think it's a big old pyramid spaceship. And I think what happens is these things come into orbit, they land down big old squares, and then they start to rotate. And they become triangles. And these triangles start forming blocks. And they're join up together, and so they produce one old big triangle, two old big triangle, three old big triangle. There we go, let's get that thing out there. Four old big triangle, five. And maybe on the other side of the world, it's maybe 6 of them. And so, if we want to verify that, hey, Hawaii might be lying, but I don't think they figured out that there's one right over Canada. You want to see it? Here it is. Clear it all up, draw a big old square, square being pushing all of this out towards the Atlantic, but let's go on Google Earth. On to Google. What is the weather in Manitoba? Let's try Winnipeg. Winnipeg. Winnipeg weather. Oh, need 2 ends. Clear. But there's clouds. Let's try Red Lake, Alberta. Red Lake, Ontario. Red Lake weather. Mostly cloudy. Let's go back to Google Earth. Red Lake is right about here in Ontario, Canada. Winnipeg is right about here. And in this gigantic big old shape, there ain't nothing there. Not even a little bit of clouds. Like, you'd want to see all these clouds flying over here. But hey, I live in Edmonton, Alberta, which is right about there. And if you go outside right now, there's clouds. In fact, I'm going to show you. Here we go. Walking out the door one more time, just like the other video. And hopefully you can see this. Way up there, that's clouds. Just like Google Earth is saying it's supposed to be. Just like I showed you a couple days ago, big old clouds. So this is what I think is going on. And this is why, if you're Christian or Muslim or whatever religious denomination you are, every single religious denomination has kind of been telling the truth. But what's going on is we have been on this planet for approximately 6 cycles. Let's start it out with the cycle of Leo through Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Aries, Pisces. And every single time that we make a transition from one of these ages into another age, we leave a gigantic pyramid to remind us that I think there really are pyramids and the Galactic Federation of Light really does exist. And what's going on is we left one in Bosnia, we left one in Japan, we left one in Thailand, we left one in Egypt, left one in Southern America. Each one of those times that we left one, it was all pointing towards the sun on the equinox, as if something big was going to happen. And my theory goes along like this. The Freemasons have been hiding this secret because they knew it. They have a gigantic G. That G represents the Grand Supreme Being of the universe. And if you want to think about it this way, you live in the third dimension. The third dimension is time plus space, in which time moves but space stays finite. And on the other side of the galaxy, if you were to flip it over from matter to antimatter, the other side, the fabric of the universe, it's all energy. In fact, when you die, most religions say that you become a soul, and that soul transfers to the other side, passes through a bunch of light, same thing, and you transfer to the other side. So if you're living as a light being in a host, which is the human genetics, this is the host body on this planet, which I think is being genetically mutated or fixed